whatever shit you want to do outside, it is unfair for you to have done rubbish outside and then take that kid to another person's space and expect that person to now take responsibility over the kids for years.
There's a beneficiary. If there's not a beneficiary, look, if you flip the coin, if it is men that were supposed to be doing DNA test, it will have become law since immemorial. There's a reason why it has not become law till now, and there's a beneficiary to it, and the beneficiary is the one that has the sentiment of society. Take it or leave it.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching us. You're welcome to Urban Life again. We're here again, as always, with another. What are we even talking about today, Seth? I don't even know, Seth. Truly, I don't even know. But guys, you're welcome. My name is Femi Ononuga.
My name is Titi Kute.
My name is Bumi Aleshinoye.
Okay, guys. You know, I have very weird thoughts sometimes. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever imagined, just what if, apologies to mommy, what if your father is not truly your father? Have you ever imagined this? Meaning, say, no be Papa Aleshinoye born you.
Excuse me, you
No, okay, no be Kuti born you.
Titi, what do you think? Because I know your dad, gentleman.
Wait, are you throwing shades already? I'm not there.
If you have seen my father before, God bless his soul, my late father, there is no mistaken identity.
No mistaken.
You cannot mistake it.
My own self, my papa self.
So I have not had a reason to.
I don't want to make mouth, but the Aleshinoye dynasty, you can see me. Do you know that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you know that me, if I go to my family house now, just talking, the way I walk, the way I talk, gesticulation, people go to cry. See,
I don't understand. Which one is cry again now?
No, I'm not.
I'll cry. Carry enter this matter.
Do you want me to do a video and send to you?
After this,
I look so much like my father to that level.
Me too. You know, there was time I was watching my father walk in front of me, and I'm like, I walk like this man. So my own no mistake.
No, maybe you don't drink. Because I know.
So I need to see where. You know what's funny about this? You know, I saw something about Femi Kuti recently, where he mentioned that he just realized that two of his kids, when he had to do a DNA, his sister had to push him to urge him to carry out a DNA, only for him to realize that two of his kids, two of the kids he thought were his, are not actually his. And just about the same time, Davido's father had to go to the press to also run the DNA with the child, just to ensure that, I think a lady got pregnant for Davido, so he had to establish, but in his own mind, he was like, I don't have a problem if the child is his, but I just need to establish that it's truly an Adeleke. If it's an Adeleke, we'll take him. It's not taking him that is the issue. But it seems this is becoming very, very rampant now.
And where I can tell you, if a old Femi Kuti, that's an OG.
Yeah.
If Femi Kuti can go through that,
then who are you?
Who are you? So it means it is normal for the ladies now to just do all of those things. Yeah.
But
it's very unfair.
But what is making that very rampant? What is really going on?
So for me, I don't care why they are making the moves. My problem is, why do you have to get me to that level? Why do you have to go do rubbish outside and then bring the kids to my space? It's not just about the kid. It's the fact that every single guy is always emotionally attached to kids.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So you go do your shit there, whatever you keep your shit there. You don't need to, because I can't be staying with this boy or this girl for 10, 15 years, and after 15 years I have to go do DNA, and I find out that that's not fair.
You know,
it's not really fair.
Years ago, you remember Jazz B? God bless his soul. He used to run
radio,
sharing life issues. Sharing life issues many years ago, 7 o'clock. You know, back then, coming back from work, you are listening to him on radio. There was a particular edition he had, and I think it was around DNA and women and women who know that that at least one child in the family is not the man's own. And I was shocked. I was gobsmacked. Women were actually calling in to say, yes, I know that one or two of the kids in the house don't belong to my husband. For there was a particular lady who, just be bless his soul, asked and said, are you always? Yeah, I know. And the lady said she wasn't in touch with the real father of the child. And what really broke me, what really got me thinking was when Chesby asked her and said, what if the man finds out? And her response was, we'll cross bridge when we get there. And that was scary for me. That was scary for me. So what is really going on? What is really, really going on? For me, I don't have a problem if you want to cheat. If you want to cheat, that's your prerogative. Keep it outside. But why get to the point where you cheat, which is bad enough, right? And then you have kids. You now bring the kid home and make another man take care of that child. And most of the time, these women are still in touch with the real father of the child.
Yeah.
So how do you reconcile that?
T.
I'm just going to pass one comment.
Why?
Because I'm observing and I'm learning.
I don't understand.
No, so you're learning from. I don't understand. So
I'm learning from
who? Who's the guru here?
So I also discovered that the first DNA was carried out in 1984 or 85, which means that there's likelihood that whoever was born before 85 may also be a bastard, including some of us.
No, my own is different. I know my own.
Okay, so I think there is scientifically it's been proven that if a guy lives with children for 5-6 years, they start looking like you. Do you believe?
That was every day.
So your case could be like that.
No, which can talk with that now? Now, which guy talk nonsense now? Unfortunately, both parents don't die. Wanna lie? It's in my papa.
Because if DNA started 1985.
Yeah, when they born me, no be 86.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
So
it's not 86 in the dream, or it's normal
real life.
You know.
So how should people protect themselves from this? Because if it's becoming more rampant by the day, and statistics continue to show that more and more of these things are happening, so how do we protect ourselves from this?
So, 3 opinions, and that might be my only comments.
That's fine, fair enough.
On these episodes. The first opinion is it might not be statistically proven, but I can tell you for a fact that it's not becoming rampant now. It's always been.
It has always been.
The difference is awareness.
Awareness now.
Social media, attention to it. I can tell you.
And science has evolved as well.
There are lots of people in the generations from the 80s all the way back that knew some of the children were not theirs, but they never ventured to even. They just left it.
I was about to say that.
And they just left it be. So it's always been. The difference now is age and time. Technology has caught up, and then it's putting the spotlight on it. That's one. 2, it will be impossible for us to delve deep into this subject without some level of comprehensive research on our part, and at the same time having either a professional or
an expert
who's in the health sector, or a knowledgeable woman that can diffuse the perspectives, or else it will seem biased, and because it's so sensitive, a lot of people can feel personally attacked. Not like I care, but all the same, for the purpose of conversation. And the third thing that I was going to say is that you allowed it to fly, but it has flown back. You see, there's a beneficiary of this whole scenario, and the beneficiary is the same that has the sentiment of society. So if you think mandatory DNA test is going to happen anytime soon, You're not being practical.
Why shouldn't it happen?
Because there's a beneficiary.
So are you saying it should be mandatory?
I'm thinking at birth it should be mandatory.
But there's a beneficiary to it.
A beneficiary.
Who would that be?
There's a beneficiary.
Who would that be?
Who is the beneficiary?
I don't know. You tell me.
There's a beneficiary
because I think on the part of both parties actually. In fact, on the part of the child and the father, because a woman always knows who the father of a child is.
Yes.
A woman always knows.
So now who is the beneficiary?
So what do you tell me?
No, for me, right? I don't have any problem if you ask me if I was in that shoe, I would say, okay, you've given me 2 kids and the other 2 are not mine. Don't worry, I'm fine. Right? That's still kind of fair.
You are thinking as a logical man.
No, but what if we have 4 kids and the entire 4 kids are not mine?
These things have happened since time
immemorial. Since 1821.
There are fathers that realize this thing and they just
lock up.
Till they die, they just left it.
Up.
Like, I'm not going there. So because you're gonna find yourself in your early grave.
Okay, so
like it or not.
Sorry, if there's going to be another episode on this, I would want us to touch the legal part of it.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, there must be some legal lines around it. If I want to do a DNA, somebody should give us a legal perspective. If I have done it and I found out that these kids are not mine, do I lose everything at the end of the day? Having been responsible for these kids for years. I don't know. Somebody said...
I think there's been a court case up onto Supreme Court as far as Nigeria is concerned.
So let's bring in a legal expert.
Well, this I know for a fact.
That down.
You can be a lawyer, but this I know for a fact that if you've lived with the child, if you've taken care of the child for a period of time,
I'm aware of that too.
The child is automatically yours. It's automatically yours. So it doesn't matter who biologically fathered the child.
So I hear about this globally, but I'm not sure where it's captured in our own constitution. So I need someone that can say section so this and that.
We can always find out. But the question now really is, how should men protect themselves from this menace? Because it's becoming a menace. I think because one argument can be, well, maybe the man cannot father a child, so you try. Don't help the freaking guy. Don't help him. Leave him alone. Don't help him. Leave him. Unless both of you have discussed it. And say, look, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't do this. Go and sort it out. That's a different conversation. But don't help me. Yeah. That's my view. If you think I can't father a child, then freaking leave me alone. Go your way and do whatever I need to do. I think it's very, very unfair on the guy.
I have a lot of opinions on this subject.
It's okay.
No, but I definitely would withhold them until there has to be, as he said, there has to be a legal perspective to it, and there has
the
to
medical part too.
So, funny enough, medical and legal can be combined depending on who will be representing that sector. If you have somebody who is the medical doctor, you can speak on the legal part.
And speak what? To justify why a woman should do that?
No.
You're not justifying. Because you said yes.
The other person that I want to be present here is a woman who can. We're not looking for somebody to go and support it, but somebody who can diffuse perspectives. It's important because, as I said, we can't address this from sentiment.
What would you do?
From sentiments.
It's not sentiment. What would you do if you found out that one of your kids is not yours? What would you do?
One of my kids?
Yeah, at least one. What would you do?
So for me,
this does not need a legal or medical interpretation.
Yeah.
It's a decision you have to. So what would you do? How would you feel? What would you do?
So
because I've had people that this has happened to.
When we're talking about feeling, that's what I said. Where men, by nature, are not the feelings gender.
Absolutely.
You are a practical thinking person. Once you have absorbed too much of feelings, it affects your logicality. So for me, for this discussion to be balanced, I need the feelings gender sitting down.
A
mature one.
it'll be interesting to
Okay,
hear
so-
what
A mature one.
It'll be interesting to
I
hear
think I
what
Because as I said, because we're not realizing how sensitive this topic is.
It is.
And I mentioned something earlier. Nobody's getting it. That there is a beneficiary. If there's not a beneficiary, this look. If you flip the coin, if it is men that were supposed to be doing DNA tests, it will have become law since immemorial. There's a reason why it has not become law till now, and there's a beneficiary to it, and the beneficiary is the one that has the sentiment of society. Take it or leave it.
No, see, I don't have. I totally understand. I'm saying, whatever shit you want to do outside, it is unfair for you to have done rubbish outside and then take that kid to another person's space and expect that person to not take responsibility over the kids for years.
Agreed.
There is no justification around it.
Agreed.
That's my
There is no
position.
justification.
However, there could be a flip side to the discussion that it is
I'd like to hear.
it is because men are not the ones that are responsible for DNA, and they will tell you men do a lot more.
Okay. Your
That women
argument
do.
is, Titi, if I
It's not an argument.
if I hear you,
I'm saying
Okay,
I can't have
your
this
position-
discussion unless there is a woman here
Okay,
and
fair
there is a
enough.
professional. I
well,
can't.
I don't buy that point. But if you want to argue that men do have kids outside, but at least they don't bring that child home.
Not
for the
have kids
woman to
outside.
take
Men have more relationships or frivolities, so to say. It's a perception.
Yes.
It might be wrong.
No, it's not perception.
But the thing is,
Men-
men are not the ones that get pregnant. So there is not used to pin. So
My
what if
position-
men were the ones that
my-
get
My
pregnant?
position is very clear. Do not bring another man's child for me to father.
Into my space.
That's my
It's,
position.
it's simple.
Agreed.
See, I don't have any problem. You've done whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
It is unfair for me to now take responsibility
So,
of
So
of
at the point of that unfairness, you have a decision to make. That's it.
How easy will it be for you at that point?
Easy or not?
You have been with this child for 21 years.
It's a decision. Easy or not?
Is that child knows you as father?
You make the
Are
business
you going to at that
decisions
point
every
say
day,
you're not my child anymore?
irrespective of if it's easy or not. You have at that point you have a decision to make, and whatever direction you choose to take would have its own recompense or consequences. That's it.
I asked you a question. What would you do if you found out that one of your kids isn't yours?
It's not the end of the world.
See,
I'm not going to leave a second time.
see, one of the kids is even
No,
very
one.
fair.
Less than one.
That's fair. Everybody can settle for that. I'm saying
Would
all.
Would you continue to no? That's
No, I'm
extreme.
saying you have 3 kids
Would
and
you
all the
continue to
kids
take
are not
that-
yours.
Would you continue to take that child and treat that child as yours?
It's
And
tough.
what would you do with the woman?
What do you want to do with the woman?
Really?
Chauffeur Jenny. What do you want to do with the woman?
Wow.
Chauffeur Pani.
Maybe.
What
maybe,
do you want to do?
Maybe the audience needs to tell us what they would do.
Well,
I know what I would do.
what are you going to do?
I know what I would do. No, I know
So
what I would
what? So I don't know what you're going to do, but what is whatever you're going to do? What is it? How is it going to affect the situation?
You really have
No.
to paint the scenario around it for me to know what to do.
Agreed.
There's no scenario.
As
You
far as
have
I'm
3
concerned-
kids. You found out that one. Look, I have
If it is one, I'll
There
just
is-
say, don't worry. I don't have
no
an issue.
chief. Look, until we're in that situation, we never know. It's happened to a friend of mine, right? He found out that 2 of his kids are not his. 2 out of 3. And this is a guy that's spent his life. He sent his wife to the UK for masters, sent her to the US for PhD. At the point of completion of the PhD, the lady gets a job in the US, so they need to get papers and all that. They run the DNA. This guy spent his life making sure that this woman was well built in terms of her career. And it's only at that point to realize that 2 of the kids out of 3 are not his. The guy landed at he landed at Arrow.
So
Because I mean it was like, look, it's not these guys were making it sound.
nobody is taking away the emotional consequences
connection.
of this on the man. I'm saying this discussion for it to be balanced because it's such a sensitive one, and because there's a beneficiary that is not held to account, and there's a reason why they're not held to account, because if they're held to account, a lot of things go destroy. So somebody needs to be here to speak. That's a beneficiary. I said something earlier, like if it was men that got pregnant DNA tests have been made mandatory since 25, 30, 40 years ago. But there is somebody that is a beneficiary. Not by beneficiary, it doesn't mean that everybody likes it. But society has sentimentally refused to hold somebody to account. So it continues to be recurrent. As society tells one other person, we're taking it in the chin and keep it moving. So that person needs to be sitting here for us to have this discussion.
The person that represents that gender that you mentioned.
That's what. So that person in this, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about first person singular. I'm talking about. So that person in this context is a compound now.
It will be very interesting to understand how the person wants to justify that position.
I don't even need the justification. I just need the discussion to be balanced for perspective.
No, so for discussion, I don't have any problem, but I don't think anybody in his right senses will come here and justify that I've got kids outside and I've packed all my kids for another person to be responsible.
Whether or not there will be justification is secondary. Primarily for the purpose of clarity, discussions. The beneficiary of that system has to be present.
And so
let the person speak for themselves.
Beneficiary can be relative. It might be an agreement between the husband and the wife, and you say, you know what, I'm not medically sound enough to have my kids, but just go out and
that's one in 10 cases.
In that case,
is fine.
1 in 10 cases.
That is very fine. There was an agreement. That's fine.
See,
the reason why we're having this discussion is because later is the situation. You have so many that found out under very tormenting and
there was an accident.
That's why we're even discussing this. So I'm not making an exception for the 1 in 10. No, we are talking about the general statistics. Okay, why does it continue to thrive? Why is nothing happening?
Titi, I totally agree with you, and I'm very sure we would have to invite experts on this legally, medically. They should comment. People with experience should comment, and then we will know how to decipher things and start from there.
People that have experienced it. Maybe a man that has found out that, please, if you're a man and you found out over time that one of your kids is not yours, please reach out in DM, and if you're willing to talk about it, it's fine. And if you're a woman that you're bold enough that this has happened to you, or you've been in this situation,
we can even invite you over if you don't mind.
We'll be happy to. Man. It's up because I really want to understand the justification for it. For me, there's no justification.
We are not on the same page with that.
No, we're not.
You are expecting a justification. I am not expecting justification. I want a practical, balanced conversation on it.
So I think I want to support Femi on this. I really don't need any justification, and I don't think I need you to come and explain anything.
I don't need it.
If you've done anything, take your kids and go and leave. I don't have any problem if you leave me. But just don't bring another person's child or children to my space for me to be responsible for.
That's not fair.
And guess what? Sometimes they wait too late to the point where the guy is not active to do anything again.
Anymore.
Yeah, that's intentional.
That is the painful part of, and guess that's very rampant.
And the sad part is that woman is still in touch with the real father of that child.
And you are still there.
In most cases.
I said something. There is a beneficiary. A beneficiary means the person that does something and there is no recompense. There is a beneficiary. So somebody representing that beneficiary needs to be sitting here. If this discussion has to be balanced, because perspective, see, things are going to. There'll be people watching.
You put that person on the spot, because if that person hasn't done such, how would she explain it? How would she discuss it?
As anybody, all the discussions we have had in this place, does that mean that we have physically or individually been?
We are the endangered species in this case.
Well,
so let me even put this into perspective. It's easy for us to talk about it because some of us are married. We've experienced all of this. So I pity the new generation that sex is nothing to. They keep saying everybody fucks everybody. So which means by the time these people start getting married, you expect a lot of problem. So the earlier the government or whoever is in charge of regulation, in charge of things like this, should start working on things, because it's going to be a lot of problem in the future now we can see, and we've identified all of this. Is we can sit down and talk about it. I don't think this new generation will have that time.
You see, if we leave this society on a roller coaster, we will destroy the existence of man. I read something recently as well. The woman's husband died, right? So at the point of sharing the what's it called? What's left behind? What's it called? What do you call it now? The inheritance of the man. The man decides to give the last born most of the man's property. The woman decides to give at the point of sharing. Maybe there was no will. There was no will or something. Okay. So the woman had the prerogative to share things with the three kids. She gave the last born more of the properties of the man. So the two other ones were angry. Why would you do that? She said, "It's the last born, blah blah blah." Only for them to find out truly that the real child of the man was the last born.
Yeah.
The woman knew.
See, now, that's beneficiary there.
So you see, if we can't continue to sweep these things under the carpet. These things are real and they're destroying lives.
So, like you mentioned, right? So let's assume this man has other kids outside, right? Let's say 3 or 4, and you have 3 at home, and you have decided that your will should be shared accordingly, based on responsibility and interest. Of course, I've lived with these ones. 80% of my inheritance should be given to this one. So those ones from outside, let's give them 5, 3, 2. And you don't later find out that the ones you're given, all of them are
How about that?
How about that? It's painful.
Nobody says it's not painful.
So I don't have any problem if anybody comes in here and speak all the English in this world. I'm saying there is no justification for it. If you have, you can come on board.
If you're a man and you've experienced this, please come. If you're willing to share your story, if you want to share your story, please do feel free to come talk about it. For us, you see, the whole idea is not to shame anybody, it's for us to learn, and for men to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I have some opinion that I will share on the next episode.
Fair enough.
We have a professional and
Mr. Man, I don't know what the professional wants to come and tell me. Well, what is bad is bad.
No fine. Okay.
If you don't want the guy anymore,
so we never say never.
I don't care what the professional wants to say. If you don't like the guy anymore, leave the guy and go.
Okay.
Leave the guy and go. Don't stay in there and bring another man's kid with another. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Hold our thoughts. Send your comments. Send your thoughts. Send your perspectives. We're not done with this topic. We know some of you already have your opinions. You're riled up, but let's
talk about it.
Let's calm it down. And I promise you on the very next episode.
We're not coming down. My blood is hot on this one.
We know. So we are talking to the audience. So let's calm it down. And I promise you that on the next episode, we would have a more comprehensive discussions, and we have a surprise guest awaiting. My name is Titi Kuti.
All right. Thank you very much. Femi Ononuga, thank you very much. See you on the next episode. Thank you for allowing us waste your time a bit. Thank you.
Chakam.